In ancient Greece, there were alliances of city-states called leagues. We will be focusing on two: the Delian League and the Peloponnesian League. Both Delian and Peloponnesian have some powerhouses in ancient Greece. Delian has the Megamines, Athens, and Peloponnesian has the Jonathans, Sparta. Because of a power shift, Team Sparta beat the nerds at Athens. If you are on Team Sparta, you are an intelligent, strong, handsome, and great person, and for you Athens stands, you are a smelly poopy butt. Wait, what do you mean the class will turn me into shredded cheese? What do you mean the cops are at the... Hello, I am Todd. I will be the narrator while Jeremy is going through his court trial. The Peloponnesian War started because Sparta's big ally, Corinth, was attacking some Athenians, and after about 2 years, Corinth attacked Attica, an ally of Athens, and was being overwhelmed, so Sparta sent reinforcements because Corinth was an essential ally. Pericles, a high-ranking member of the government of Athens, tried to ignore the battle, fearing that he might lose to Sparta's superior land forces. The smelly statesman realized he would lose to the cool kids on land, so secretively sent his mighty navy to raid Spartan settlements. What a scaredy cat. Laugh at Pericles. Sparta discovered the assaults, and in the siege of Plataea, Pericles died of sickness. The war evolved from a conflict between Corinth aided by Sparta versus Attica aided by Athens, to Sparta versus Athens. This conflict lasted 15 years until peace was finally made, the Peace of Nicaea, which stated that there would be 50 years of peace and no assisting of allies in attacks on each. With all the bloodshed and war behind them, Athens and Sparta became best friends and rode off into the sunset. Until they didn't, and they never were friends. Seriously, if you actually fell for that, I don't know what to. And there are the cops. Why do I continue to insult the kids in class? Jeremy here, again. Anyways, Sparta and Athens continued hostilities, and many claims state that they both assisted their allies and had them attack each other. All of the sources state that Athens was the catalyst of this rule breaking, providing Attica with lots of supplies and reinforcements, and accidentally blocked a fleet with a ship. Now you will see why Athens isn't very cool. A few Spartan commanders caught on, and worrying about restarting the war, the commanders secretly did the same thing as Athens. Wrong, Athens broke the treaty without a second thought. Sparta was forced into it because they feared they might lose a powerful ally. However, Athens realized Sparta was pulling an Athens on Athens and restarted the war. Athens immediately reacted with a naval attack on Sicily, Sparta's biggest ally at the time. Sparta defended it, however, they didn't challenge Athens' mighty navy with their comparably weak boats. So, Sparta sent a few soldiers, buying them enough time to make a massive fleet of warships, and fought back. Sparta decimated the comparably small fleet. This allowed Sparta to keep up with Athens, but Sparta ended up in the defensive because they were surrounded by the Delian League. Originally the issue was almost nothing because the allies were fighting members of the Peloponnesian League. However, with the treaty, the two leagues stopped fighting. This caused Sparta to be at a disadvantage and allow Athens to gain the upper hand. However, a plague in Athens and a few city-states leaving the Delian allowed Sparta to recuperate and have them surrounded on one side. This plague wasn't a very big issue when compared to others, but in combination with the city-states leaving, bought Sparta enough time to win the Battle of Otamatone. This is the final battle of the big war. With a recovering Sparta fighting a weakened Athens, a battle in Argane broke out, and Athens was victorious. However, Athens lost 6 of their 8 generals, and Sparta only lost 1 general. Athens replaced their loss with some unimportant people that I can't remember their names, while Sparta replaced their general with Lysander. I spent half an hour trying to find his last name, just to find out that ancient Greece didn't do last names. A year later, Lysander led a charge to Hellespont to block Athenian resources and then followed up with a successful attack on Lampsacus. Athens immediately returned with 180 ships to Aegospotami. The Athenians sent a small group to be set up in columns, making them look bigger, and demanded Lysander to surrender. The admiral refused and the Athenians returned to camp to retrieve more actual forces. Lysander had achieved the smart, and sent small boats to map the route to the Athenian camp. This continued for 5 days until the Spartans knew the route like the back of their hand. Lysander attacked the Athenian camp because of the weakened forces. The sources differ on how he found out, but this generic narrator will cover what all of the sources say. Some sources say that Lysander found out about the weakness of Athens through traders, while others say he studied how sick the soldiers looked. The Spartans absolutely stomped the heck out of Athens either way. Only a replacement admiral named Conon and 9 ships were left. Conon exiles himself in fear of execution, while Lysander continues the crusade. Lysander goes on, city to city, having them surrender. Lysander gets the garrisons of each city to tell the Athenians. Foreseeing their destruction, surrendered. Their terms were as follows. Athens keeps their fortifications, but Athens follows Sparta for 10 years. The Peloponnesian League demanded Athens to demolish their walls. In case you were wondering, this is illegal for the Peloponnesian League. The reason is simple. Spartan allies wanted Sparta to be harder on Athens. Sparta was told to burn Athens to the ground, slaughter their citizens. Sparta said no, because Athens was a crucial member of Greece. And they were very useful in the Persian War. Sparta was being PogChamp and said that Athens could remain the same but be a Spartan ally. Athens quickly accepted. This historical event inspired the game Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is a very bad thing. However, Athens, Sparta, and Corinth lived together happily ever after.
Alexander